We have just reached the last two, or should I say, the top two all-time favorite films, scary movies for John Franklin. So, let's get right into this one now. Number 2, Freddy vs. Jason. Now this is a film a lot of people actually liked when it first came out, and unfortunately, like a lot of films, this has really died down. For me, this film is still really, really good. Why do I really like this movie? Why is this my second to my all-time favorite film and really hit even in the top 10 or top 5 of my movies here? Well, there's a lot of reasons. First off, of course, Freddy Krueger himself, Jason Voorhees himself. These two, of course, fight each other twice in the film, and may I say, in my opinion, I really liked the first fight was the best. The second fight was very, very close. Now, honestly, a lot of people can argue this, and I'll agree with them too, is that this film is more of an action comedy than scary. So why would this be on my list? Well, again, we're talking about two icons from the 80s, and both of them had like 1 or 2 movies in the 90s, and of course you're like Jason X in like 2002. Or that's how I look at it, that these guys used to be scary monsters, used to really be good. Now it's pretty much, it was a huge action comedy film, and I won't disagree with it. Yes, I definitely like this film. Yes, there might have been a few jump scares, but it didn't have that good scary feel like some of the other Nightmare on Elm Streets and some of the other Friday the 13th back in the day. You know, back that were like 20, 30 years ago, some of these films and all that. But I just thought it was really good. I liked Freddy's one-liners. This was the last time Robert Englund ever played Freddy Krueger. Always would love to see him come back, but since he said he was never going to do it again, we came up with pretty much a really crappy remake. This was just a wonderful, fun movie. This was a popcorn movie. This was the end of the summer kind of movie, and I really, really loved it for that. Freddy vs. Jason, I just love the whole thing about this movie. Was it cliche? Yes, of course it was. Was there a lot of characters you didn't care about? Oh yes. Were you happy they died? Oh yeah. There's a scene with Jason where he pretty much, he goes to this rave. Pretty easy to kill all these dumb idiots because they're drunk, they're high, whatever. But you had pretty much the fatso who tried to invite a lot of people to the party here, and you had the jock. And of course the jock, oh, he was so stupid. I was so happy the way he pretty much died. But Fatso dies too, pretty much, in this film, and I really actually like that for that too. There were, honestly, if I was younger, I'd say, oh my god, so many surprises, but I really wasn't surprised by a lot of stuff, except the 2 fights. You know, the 2 fights that Freddy and Jason both had. It wasn't just one of those things that we go through the story, it unfolds. You know, the whole boring, dialogue, fight at the end, the last 10 minutes of the film. No, they fight probably about 50 minutes to an hour into the film, and then they fight again, really not too far into it. It does take a little time for the film to really pick up. And I will be honest, but I will definitely give Ronnie Yu, who actually directed another horror movie, was Bride of Chucky, thinking about Chucky's again. He actually directed that film, which I thought was pretty enjoyable too, you know. But he really did such a good job with these 2 characters too. And I liked it because it was more about for the fans. It wasn't like, okay, you brought new people in, that's cool, and then they kind of explained a lot about what happened, which was nice through Jason and through Freddy Krueger's characters, kind of a little flashback. They did do a flashback with Jason when he was younger and supposedly how he really drowned. You know, of course they had to change the history to have both these characters in it. I thought was pretty cool too. I mentioned Hypnosil, if anybody remembers that in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 is where they start bringing this up about trying to get people to sleep, suppress dreams and all of that. I thought that was kind of cool that they brought a connection into that. I mean, a lot of times you can look at this film and say, it's Nightmare on Elm Street with Jason Voorhees in the film. Again, I don't disagree with people out there with that kind of film. But you know, you still had some stuff with the Friday the 13th, with Jason. It wasn't just all about Freddy. Yeah, pretty much the whole concept, even though I just mentioned how much I just love this movie, now I'm going to talk about the behind the scenes or whatever, but the whole concept of the movie was that Freddy, and he was actually in hell, and he had to find somebody to pretty much bring out of hell, scare people, and say, hey, Freddy Krueger's back kind of thing. And who does he find? He finds Jason Voorhees. It's kind of connected with Freddy's dead in 91 and Jason Goes to Hell in 93. This was just fun, enjoyable, and that's how I took this film. I took it so much because I still love this movie after 12 freaking years, people. You know, I love this movie the last 12 years, and I hope the next 12 years I still love this film. Hope a lot of people out there are fans of this movie too. Honestly, I definitely like to ask, you know, have you seen this movie again? It's been a long, long time. Have you seen it? What was your favorite? What was your favorite part of the movie? And if you didn't like it, why didn't you like it? You know. And then one more thing I do want to bring up: before they came up with those Twilight movies with, you know, Team Jacob and Team Edward and stuff like that, I'm going to admit this right now. I was Team Freddy. Okay, if you were Team Freddy or Team Jason, please give a shout out to who you really liked when you saw this movie. And if you never saw the movie, but you got to check it out. I still think after 12 years, this movie still stands by itself. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please subscribe, please comment, please give a like, please share this video, especially people out there who love scary movies. Go out, share all these, all that. So, like I said, this was number 2. This was Freddy vs. Jason. Happy Devil Night out there, and anybody out there who loves Devil Night. And tomorrow will be Halloween for all the kids out there, and even for some of the adults that love it too. Guys, take care once again. Stay awesome.